This review is brought to you by Lumosity. I'm Jackie Talbot and I work here at Revision 3, and if you're a longtime Rev 3 Games watcher, you probably saw me cover Call of Duty stuff and other shooters in the past, and that's because I really like to play them. So Adam has tasked me with reviewing Call of Duty's newest entry from Infinity Ward, Ghosts.
Looks worse than it is. You're gonna be okay.
Call of Duty Ghosts arrives with many people seeing this as a point of transition for the franchise. There's obviously a large portion of core gamers that are fatigued by its undeniable popularity, and it's clear that Ghosts, a new initiative for the franchise, was developed with that in mind. Surprisingly, it has a strong single player, and in its multiplayer addresses something Call of Duty has never quite succeeded at yet: accessibility.
Watch and learn, kid.
Anyone who's played Call of Duty in the past few years knows the success is in its multiplayer. And what keeps it reinvigorated year after year is its focus on map design. You get in the action fast and you stay in it for a long time, so map design has always been a primary focus of Call of Duty, and rightly so. When you're killing and killing and dying and killing and dying and killing. Modern Warfare 2 was when I first noticed experimentation from Infinity Ward in both close quarters and long-range combat maps, and thankfully, they've been fine-tuning it ever since.
Losing Charlie.
With Call of Duty Ghosts, they finally found their sweet spot. The maps are small, with a lot of stuff going on in the environment, but they also somehow incorporated verticality really well. If you're a sniper, you can find somewhere to perch with a nice view of most of the map. But if you're more of a silenced SMG, you too can enjoy that same map, and vice versa. Keeping in tune with true Call of Duty nature and intense close quarters combat, they managed to design maps that get you in the thick of it fast, but also feel like you're actually in control of where you can go and play the way you want. As excited as I am to see maps that I feel good about, like Strike Zone with several different pathways and sites, rather than absolutely despising some and loving others, I did notice a disconnect with some game modes. I've always preferred certain modes on specific maps, but domination on Whiteout was just straight up unpleasant. Maps like Octane is a good example of a small map that facilitates different gameplay styles.
Losing Charlie.
There's an overlaid AI voice element in multiplayer that is almost like having a friend helping you along the way. If there's a dude you need to kill behind that thing over there, someone's gonna let you know.
Copy, I got it.
This is one of the new elements that's really leveling the playing field. So if you're new or not familiar with Call of Duty multiplayer, this may finally deter you from rage quitting. Besides the overall improved map design, your loadouts are even more customizable now, and there is a lot going on. After you land on a soldier you want to play with, you have a point system to customize your loadout. All the usuals are there: primary weapon, secondary weapon, equipment, perks, and score streaks. The major difference with Ghosts compared to other Call of Duties is the cross-department points, so to say. If you have a primary weapon and a secondary weapon and equipment, you can have up to 8 perk points. The perks in Ghosts are actually really great, albeit kinda confusing. They're laid out in 7 different categories, each category consisting of 5 perks ranging from 1 to 5 points each. So the first perk in a category costs 1 point, the second costs 2, third costs 3, and so on. Also, it doesn't matter which category you choose. Like if you want all your perks in one category, let's say Stealth, so you get Blind Eye, Dead Silence, and Cold-Blooded, you can totally do that. My favorite new perk is in the Elite category. It's called Gambler, and it gives you a random perk every time you spawn. This is really awesome if you're not sure which perks help your game. You can try them all out. This is how I learned that steady aim is now amazing. There are new guns, but most were just reincarnations from previous games. The most notable improvement across all weapons was their handling and usability. When I decided to change my weapon, it didn't significantly change how well I played. And I actually quite enjoyed running around on Kill Confirmed with the new Bulldog shotgun.
Kill confirmed.
Regardless of the gun you choose, it's not too difficult to get the hang of it and to feel comfortable with it. Equipment is slightly different. There's lethal and tactical with the usuals, and a handful of new and improved ones, like the IED, which is my favorite new lethal. It's a sticky bomb with a delayed detonation, like a Semtex, but bigger and badder.
Enemy has Bravo.
Modern Warfare 3 introduced the Kill Confirmed game mode, and people really seem to enjoy it, as a balance between an objective game mode and straight-up team deathmatch. Infinity Ward seemed to notice, and now there's even more new game modes that incorporate players' tags. Search and Destroy is now Search and Rescue. You have to plant a bomb in the enemy's base, just like Search and Destroy. But when you die, you have a chance to respawn during that same round if your teammate picks up your tags. But if the enemy gets them first, you're dead until the next round. Grind is another new mode that uses tags in a weird way. You run around collecting tags that you have to then deposit into the bank for points. There is, of course, Team Deathmatch, Domination, Kill Confirmed, and new modes like Cranked, Blitz, and Hunted. Cranked, which is when you get a kill, you get an extra ability, but a timer starts counting down, and if you don't get another kill before time runs out, you explode. The payoff of getting the objective was not worth that time pressure. Alternatively, Blitz is really fun and makes great use of the new knee slide action. Each team has a goal, and your objective is to get to the opposing team's goal, which then teleports you back to your starting point. Then you do it again, and the team with the most goals wins. Make your way to the community gun pile and get a random gun, or you're stuck with a pistol with limited ammo. Oh yeah, and there's a single-player campaign, and it's pretty fun. It's Call of Duty, so it's over-the-top, silly action and twists that are almost too far of a stretch to make sense. The main difference with this story is you're just a guy, Logan, fighting to regain control over the US and its burnt-down government after a hijacked Odin strike. Nothing major. You're not some secret special military agent fighting against some other foreign secret military agent. You and your brother Hesh, following in the footsteps of your heroic dad Elias, are just trying to figure out what the hell is going on so you can try to save your family and life as you know it.
What the hell is going on?
Right off the bat, you're thrown into the middle of a huge attack without any information or premise. You're just trying to stay alive. Dad takes off, so it's just you and your brother freaking out, but then all of a sudden, you're in space! There you learn that the US Odin space station has been taken over by the Federation, the bad guys, and is firing all over the country. Each mission focuses on a different element of gameplay, like combat in space, playing as Riley the dog, underwater missions, piloting a helicopter, but the segmented, heavily directed aspect felt like I had no control over what I was doing. Especially while playing in space or underwater or any new and visually impressive environment was a lot of just following the leader and waiting to shoot on their command.
All right, smoke these guys.
This is the primary reason that single-player campaigns aren't my favorite part of Call of Duty. There's lame quick-time events and plenty of missed opportunities for more player involvement. Take this for example. There's one part where you're rappelling down the side of a skyscraper in Caracas, and you have to laser cut a hole in the window to jump through to gain access to the building. But all you have to do is press and hold X for a second, and it goes through the motions. Why couldn't I, for example, just draw a circle with the left stick? Also, if I'm hijacking a server for 8 seconds, I can handle pressing a few buttons instead of just holding X over and over again. It's either unending waves of bullet sponge bad guys or basically doing nothing at all. I just wish single player was more consistent and interactive. But you do get to play as a dog, and it's weird. When I heard you play as the dog, I just assumed you play as the dog, not attach some weird equipment to literally control the dog as your character. It's few and far between, but you sync with Riley to gain access to patrolled areas and take down any necessary offenders.
Take him out!
Overall, the single player is worth playing, and it's actually one of the best story-wise. The story is more relatable, and it's easier to get emotionally connected to the characters. But the quick-time events represent a large missed opportunity for more involved gameplay, and it really bummed me out. And then there's Extinction. Similar to Zombies, Extinction is a new co-op game mode where you and your team run through an alien-invaded town, destroying their hives one by one. Once all the hives are successfully ruined, your team hauls ass back to the chopper. You select your class and some equipment, and as you play, you earn money that you can then spend on equipment. There's also some guns and stuff you can pick up between the hive locations. The fights are intense, the action is non-stop, and my hands were cramping in all new places. But after playing it through once, I didn't have the urge to go back and play it again, and it really just made me want to play Left 4 Dead. All in all, Ghost feels good. It's refreshing to see a thoughtful mixture of what feels like Black Ops and Modern Warfare, and they've clearly elaborated on past improvements. The tweaks to map design, gameplay, and perks help level the playing field. So if you don't normally play Call of Duty, or if you haven't touched it since Modern Warfare 2, you might actually have fun with this, assuming that the mere words Call of Duty don't completely scare you away. I give Call of Duty Ghosts a 4 out of 5.
Kill confirmed.
Now we're going to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Lumosity. Do you want to improve your brain performance and live a better life? Sounds intimidating, right? But any brain can get better, and Lumosity makes it easy and fun with games based on neuroscience. Lumosity is like a personal trainer for your brain that lets you build your own customized training program to enhance your memory and attention. Plus, get detailed training summaries and stats to keep track of your progress and see where you need to improve. Over 40 million users have already experienced Lumosity's breakthrough brain training. So what are you waiting for? Start training with Lumosity right now and discover what your brain can do. Check out lumosity.com/rev3games to get instant access and help support our show. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Also, I know there's a few things that I didn't get to cover, so if you're curious or want to know more, go ahead and leave a comment.